Alrighty, welcome back to UltraChenTV. We're talking about Killer Instinct and the KI World Cup, which is coming up this weekend.
Yep.
Let's get
San
to
Antonio, Texas.
January 30 to the 31st in San Antonio, Texas, hosted by UltraChenTV. $30,000 on the line, top 32 paid out. Boom.
Who's going to be there?
Everybody.
Which players are going to be there?
A lot of them.
Okay.
Well,
Let's talk about it.
So let's talk about some of the players that you really have to look out for. So, for example, I'm just going to name one right away. Evo champion Rico Suave.
Rico Suave, yeah. He's a good player.
Is he going to be there?
He will be there. Yeah. So the thing about this bracket is that you don't automatically get flights out there for qualifying or anything. It's not like Capcom Cup where you are out there because you're, you have to make yourself there. So there are lots of players who are in the bracket or have qualified who will not be there for certain reasons. There are definitely ones that'll be like that. So if you're anywhere within like the top 40 people in points, you should definitely show up.
Oh, just in case.
Yeah, just in case, because if you're ranked, they bring in the top 28 people in points, right? And if you're ranked 29 or 30, you should definitely show up. Because first of all, I'm not playing in it.
Are you ranked?
Yeah, I'm number 11 or 10 or something like that. So if
technically you were supposed to be in the bracket.
Yeah, and I'm not playing. So if you're ranked 29, you're automatically in. Whoever's number 29 is automatically in because I'm not playing.
Yeah.
And imagine if 4 or 5 other people don't do that
I think
thing.
you just move the list up. That's how it works.
Yeah, you move the list up.
So if you're so you get points for being in the last chance qualifier as well.
Yeah, if you win a last chance qualifier, you're automatically in.
But I mean, let's say you get second place and then third place and then sixth place and then 10th place.
I think times are just tough at that point.
I
think times are just tough. I think you just gotta win.
Gotcha.
That'd be too complicated.
Yeah, I think that's probably too tough. So
okay, so Rico,
let's talk about him.
Yeah.
I think he's a really good example of a guy who has the playstyle that succeeds in KI. Because really solid fundamentally, for sure. I think if you watch him play Street Fighter, it's super obvious that his game knowledge is not that great. But just as a player, he's really good.
Yeah, for sure.
He's really solid. He's good at making reads and being unpredictable sometimes, right? Like, he'll play super solid for 30 seconds and then do something that's like, are you insane?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
The first footage I ever remember seeing of Rico, he's playing Gutex in Super Street Fighter 4, and Gutex had been doing focus backdash a bunch as an anti-air kind of. So Rico just does jump in medium kick, wait ultra, and then Gutex backdashes, and he gets hit by ultra.
Yeah,
that's the kind of player. Yeah, that's the kind of player Rico is, right? He's risk taking, but also super solid fundamentally. He's the Evo champion for a reason. Really talented. He's not afraid to walk up to you and dragon punch on your way up. And you're just like, who are you? Who do you think you are, right?
And plus the other thing too is that out of all the KI players, maybe outside of Sleep, but I've seen him use half the cast in tournaments. He knows how to play so many of the characters. So he has a really good chance for counter picking, and he's gonna have a good variety for you to deal with.
And he's been practicing a lot of characters.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, has he still been playing a lot?
No, yeah. So since Evo, I don't think he's been to any major.
Yeah, right.
And Evo was more than six months ago. Yeah, it's about a half a year ago. He has not been to any major. But he's definitely been practicing. That's for sure.
Okay,
he's been streaming, and also he's been not streaming and playing. So
that's
you know what I mean? Yeah. Everybody knows his Shadow Jago is really serious, which he's a newer character, so that's really dangerous. Fulgore, he's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Thunder, Omen, his Omen's really good. Jago, his Jago's really good. He can play 5, 6, 7 characters at a top level.
Highest levels.
Yeah, at the top level.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so he's definitely someone to watch out for. But there is that little fact that he hasn't been out in a while. And I myself and a lot of other people have said that if he comes out and he plays all Fulgore and then counterpicks certain areas, that he should win. If he's playing his best, he should win.
Okay.
Right? But Rico always has that he wants to play another character, or he makes a weird counterpick or something like that, and he could totally lose. That's totally possible.
So
he didn't win Evo from winners. He came from losers.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So okay. What about the previous year's Evo champion, which is CD Junior?
CD Junior, who has had tough times in KI in the last year or so. He has not had a good showing since Combo Breaker. He won Combo Breaker, and since then it's not been... He's not had the best luck. I think because Mortal Kombat came out, and he focused so much on Mortal Kombat that he couldn't keep it up in KI. You know what I mean? So instead of focusing on KI and maybe playing some MK, he's I'm playing MK.
Right.
I'm a Mortal Kombat player.
Yeah, I remember.
And he said that this should be his last KI tournament ever. That's what he said.
Oh, okay.
He's training. He wants to train super hard for it, and he said he's not playing it.
Interesting.
This is his last bang.
What he has been training.
He said he's been playing. Yeah.
Okay.
He's been tweeting about it and everything. So he says he's been playing. But the big 3 people to watch out for, which the 3 that I've been telling everybody, these are the 3 that you should keep your eyes on, look out for, are Rico Suave, first one. The second one is Sleep.
Yes. Yeah.
Everybody should know.
Makes
Sleep,
sense,
also a dangerous player to go against. He has the best Conra in the business. Probably the best Arya in the business, and maybe even the best Glacius, right?
Yeah.
Like, all 3 of those characters, he is definitely top level with. And he just plays like Jago. He could play 5 or 6 other characters probably. But
I was just telling David yesterday that every time I see Sleep play Conra, it just doesn't even look like the opponent can do anything. I just see bugs everywhere. And
I've watched it too. I mean, I don't know what's going on really, but it looks pretty serious.
There's a combo where he's just like bugs, bugs, and your character's just going.
And just getting hit, it's all that's all unbreakable because they're projectiles until the last one, which is he moves himself so close that it turns into a linker, and it's hard to tell when that happens, and then when that happens, he ends the combo.
Gotcha.
So it's a really well thought out, clever combo from Sleep. But yeah, he is so dangerous. Basically, ever since Evo, Rico hasn't been traveling, right? So he has not been traveling at all, and there's been like this back and forth tug of war between base and Sleep between who's been winning. So Sleep has been winning a lot. He just won KIT the other weekend. Super impressive Arya performance.
Right, yeah, I watched.
And people are starting to figure out how to beat his Conra a little bit. There's a few people like Thompson, Jago was super good against it. So he just went to Arya, who counterpicks Jago, and was like, there it is. I have another character that I can do that with. And the third one is Base. Okay. Ultra Arcade sponsored Base. Ultra Arcade, who is sponsoring the event, hosting the event and everything. So he's kind of like the hometown hero here. Couldn't find a nicer guy in the whole universe. Great dude. Really dangerous player. The best Spinal in the business. Free. It's so bad. And there's this kind of thing about Base where people say where if he corners you, you lose. Yeah. It's kind of like how it is, right? So he'll corner you and you'll just die. His corner game of Spinal is just absolutely ridiculous. It does not look fair. It's super dangerous. But he also has a tournament level Cinder now to play a lot of the bad matchups that, Spinal may have. So him and Sleep had this set where Sleep started with Arya to beat his Spinal, right? And so he beats Spinal, and then he counterpicks Arya with Cinder, who is a counterpick for Arya. So then Sleep goes to Glacius, who counterpicks Cinder. And so it's this triple counterpick game.
That's pretty cool.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the things that we've always talked about this, including with Uniel and old school Street Fighters. We love matchup heavy games, where it really makes a difference which character you're playing. Yeah. And I feel that when I watch a lot of KI.
Okay.
Because like you were saying earlier, sometimes when you use a character against certain characters, you're just rush down central, and then when you play it against another character, it's I'm not even going to move.
It just turns into ground game,
I'm just going to chill here. So I do like that.
And the best part about that set, had it gone on forever, there would have been this rotation. If it was a first to 10, he would have went to Spinal to beat the Glacius.
Yeah.
And then he would have went Arya to beat the Spinal, and then it would have just rotated again because that's how their characters work. They have the interaction.
Evo 2002 ST Grand Finals, Jason Cole versus Nuki. Exact same situation happened. They just had the cycle. They just had the cycle. Jason Cole used Sagat to beat Chun-Li, so then he switched to, I forgot what character to beat Sagat, which then Cole had to went to Dhalsim, and then it was just the cycle that. So, same kind of thing.
So those are the big 3. I think those are the 3 that are likely to go far in the tournament pretty much no matter what. It'd be a big upset if all 3 of them weren't in top 8.
Okay.
It'd be very surprising.
Okay.
But there's also a lot of other underdog ones.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear about is
the underdogs?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a few. First one I'm going to bring up is Rebello.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you guys have ever seen him play.
I have seen him play.
He takes his heart and he just puts it on the joystick and lets it play. He lets him play for him. He is a man who plays through feel. Is a good way to describe it.
No, it's what emotion.
100%. I call his play raw reads and passion. Is how I describe his play because he believes in himself and he takes the craziest risks, and they work because that's just the kind of player he is. And he has not competed online or offline since ever in America. He's not been to an American major for Killer Instinct, but online he just kills everybody. He is a super impressive player.
Okay. So he's still playing a lot.
He's still playing a lot. Offline. Oh yeah. He lives in Canada, so he hasn't been traveling down. So he is one of those players that, when it comes to the Cup, to me, it wouldn't be surprising if Rebello wins the whole tournament, and it also wouldn't be surprising if he went 0-2.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it depends on how he feels.
I get it.
If he makes the read and it works the whole time, he's going to win the whole tournament, and it's going to be wow, he's the best player of all time. And then if he makes the reads and they just don't work, he's going to go 0-2, and you're going to be like, what happened? Yeah. Who is that guy?
Yeah, okay.
How did he make it here, right? So I think that's super high chance that could go either way.
Okay, fair enough.
Because that's just how Rebello is. Like, it's super possible that it could just happen. And no one would be surprised. Like, oh, yeah, it's Rebello. Okay. So, yeah, right, Rebello's a good choice. Another one, Paul B. Hasn't been playing as much.
Okay.
Since he has fully converted into Street Fighter V Master Race and accepted it into his heart as the greatest fighting game of all time.
Is that not true?
From the 5 minutes of beta play he has, we've all just assumed that it's the greatest game of all time. So yeah, he has ascended into a Street Fighter V player even though the game's not out. Okay. And has not been playing as much Killer Instinct as he used to, right? He used to grind a lot. So I think he's a little bit more vulnerable than he was when he was playing all the time.
Okay.
But still dangerous player. Super dangerous. He plays Saberwolf. Mm-hmm. He plays Hisako. Mm-hmm. He plays Riptor. All at dangerously high levels. Right. And he is not afraid to be shenanigans. Right? He's not afraid to do that, especially with Riptor.
Did you mention Rebello's character?
Rebello is TJ Combo. Okay. That's his guy. He also has a bunch of other characters that he could play. Like against Conrad, there's a good chance he would go full gore. There's a good chance he'd go maybe Shadow Jago, but probably full gore Jago is who he would go. But yeah, Rebello is going to be TJ.
Okay, cool.
Also, dangerous player. Gutter Magic, if he shows up. Oh, I hope he does. Every tournament Gutter has gone to, he's destroyed everybody and made top 3.
Yeah.
He is one of the only 2-time EVO finalists, right? He got 4th place in 2014, 2nd place last year.
Right.
Playing all Chief Thunder. Chief Thunder is his guy. That's who he plays. He is a ridiculously talented player.
That's why I love him, because it's just Chief Thunder.
That's cool.
Yeah, and he's another player who just plays from the heart. He knows how to make strong, difficult reads.
Apparently he is going.
Someone said that he is going, that he's confirmed.
I can't express how happy that makes me feel.
Well, I mean, he was in the chat earlier.
Yeah, he was in here. I saw
and you can see people are using his emoticon. So yeah, he's a streamer. He is incredibly talented, really good. And I told him in person not that long ago, I'm like, I feel like if you just went to every major, you'd top 3 every major you went to. Mm-hmm. If you could travel. And he's like, yeah, I just can't travel. So yeah, 2nd place at EVO this year, 4th place at EVO last year. Super impressive player, really talented.
He was really the only guy who made top 8 both years?
No, there's another who I'm going to get to right after this.
Okay.
There's 2 more. Rico Suave is
right.
2-time EVO finalist. But my god is also a 2-time EVO finalist who is in the bracket. He's kind of like one of those guys who shows up once every 6 months, destroys everybody, and then just goes back into hiding, and you don't see him play again. He's playing, you just don't see it, right? It's hidden.
Right.
Do you have secret online accounts or something?
Not that he has secret online accounts. It's just he plays online. It's never recorded. He doesn't stream. He doesn't play in online tournaments really or stream or anything.
Yeah, I wonder if he does have any Smurf accounts, right? Because that way
it's not a bad idea.
Because if someone else plays against him, they can record it and put it out onto the net, right? So.
Yeah, and he is most famous probably in Killer Instinct for that comeback that Sleep had on him.
Yeah.
But let's think about the situation he was in. He was in 120% life lead against Sleep in EVO as Saberwolf versus Conrad, which is a bad matchup for Saberwolf. So that just tells you how talented my god is as a player. Right. Where he had that position in the first place. Even though he lost, just think of the circumstances there. Yeah, it's it's crazy that he's this talented and he rarely shows up. He doesn't like to play online very much. He doesn't. He's even though the netcode's good, he's I still only like to play offline really. So he's one of those guys that just comes out and you're like, yeah, he's great.
Yeah, I've actually talked about that match. I actually felt like he would have won that round had he not gotten affected by the crowd.
I think you're right.
Because the crowd started booing because he was just sitting there.
He was doing the right thing. He should have just sat there. Yeah.
He literally could have sat there, and I don't think there's any way that Sleep could have chipped him to death.
Yeah,
right?
it would have.
So Sleep would have had to go in.
That's true.
Then he just made a couple of really egregious errors.
That's what happens.
And I think it was because the pressure got to him.
Dude, it's Killer Instinct. The game's brutal, and also it's EVO, and you're playing against one of the most talented players in Killer Instinct. It's gonna happen. Sometimes those things are gonna happen. You're just gonna get hit by something, and you're like, oh, okay, well.
And then every time he got hit, you could just see, if you could graph his nervousness. It was
oh, dude.
Got hit, boom. Got hit, boom. Got hit, boom. You could just see it.
Yeah.
It was, And, I mean, we've all been in that situation before, so, yeah. Oh.
Any other players?
Yeah, my god, first round plays against T-Swag. EVO finalist, 2014, talented player. Sadiramain also plays some Cinder, also plays some Omen. Really good player. So they play first round, which is crazy. That's super crazy.
Well, depending on how the bracket shifts,
it could shift.
It could shift.
Also, Grief. super talented player, second at CEO this year, 9th place at Evo 2 years in a row.
That's
It's a heartbreaker. The Filipino man special.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say that's the Filipino man.
He's as talented as it gets, and he could play 5 or 6 characters also. And in that tournament, he had a super close set against Sleep where he played Jago as a counter pick. But he plays Jago. His Sadira is ridiculous. Oh, he got third at CAO. That's what I mean. Third, not second. His Jago is ridiculous. His Sadira is ridiculous. He has a top level Spinal. When he plays against other Sadira players, he picks Saberwolf. That's just like his counter pick only for Sadira. He just plays Saberwolf nice. Because he just knows how to fight that matchup as Sadira. And so he is really, really talented. He just knows how to play the game really well. And he plays Gutter Magic first round in the current bracket. So that is tough times. That is a brutal first round match to have. Like, one of those two players could go 0-2, and they're as talented as it gets. Like,
this sounds like when we were talking about Capcom Cup.
Yeah,
like,
it's just
you have a tournament.
Similar situation.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how it could go.
Yeah.
It's rough. It'll probably change, but that's just what could happen. Crazy LCD, also known as Gamer LCD, talented player. Got 4th place at Evo this year, and he is so mad about it because he didn't get a gold stick because he got 4th place at Evo.
Oh, because it's top 3.
That is the worst. 4th place at Evo, 2nd place at Combo Breaker, 7th place at SCR this year. Super duper talented player, and he plays a bunch of characters. He has a really strong Jago, a really strong Maya, a very strong Orchid as well, right? He plays Hisako, which he busted out at Combo Breaker to beat Shin Tristan, which is crazy. At the time, no one was playing it like that. So it was super impressive. But he has said he's playing all Orchid at the event. Even though he plays all these other characters, he says it doesn't matter. He just wants to play Orchid.
Dude, that's what everybody says, and then when they go to the tournament, all of a sudden they bust out these other characters.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said he's going to play all Orchid no matter what, and that's what he says. And he's like, Orchid's my girl. I'm going to go and have fun. It's going to be cool. I'm just going to play Orchid. That's what he says. Okay. If he likes winning, and he likes having currency,
the money.
I think that he should play multiple characters, which I have tried to explain to him a multitude of times. I'm like, if you enjoy money and or winning, you should bust out some other characters. But, not all of us are the brightest. It's tough times. Speaking of Maya, Pink Diamond is in the bracket. I hope she goes. Really talented Maya player. And if LCD does not play Maya, she'll probably be the only Maya player in the bracket.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting.
I thought that character was common. Or?
She is common. I think she's like a really good tournament character because she doesn't do long combos and she's generally kind of low risk. But yeah, Pink Diamond is definitely a big threat, beating a lot of really talented players. So
cool.
I can see that being a big threat. I'm trying to think.
Well, let me ask you this question because you've mentioned a lot of these potential players here and everything like that. Foreign players. Who are the foreign players that we can expect to show up at this event?
For sure, I only know of one international player coming, who is Bass Free. I mentioned him earlier. Plays Orchid and Con Ra.
From where? France?
France.
Yeah,
he's from France. Yeah, he won the qualifier. He is crazy. The tech that he has is so mind blowing to me. Like like I said, he can do stuff where he'll do like an ender on block. Right. Which should never happen. Like, he triggers an ender on block, and then he throws a grenade, because Orchid can throw a grenade.
So wait. What is it? Is it basically he auto-doubles and waits until the window where the block stun ends?
I can't explain it. You have to just see it to understand. Like, he spent like 2 or 3 hours at Combo Breaker in the hotel room just showing us glitches in the game. Like, stuff where Orchid would fly around the screen and teleport, and like, just like weird stuff like this. This guy is like a fighting game genius when it comes to this
needs to hire this guy.
Dude, get this man a dev kit stat. He's great. But yeah, he has stuff like that where like an ender comes out on block and then he can throw a grenade and he just does Rekka, charge all the way to unblockable, and it's no way out.
Really?
If you try to hold up, you get hit grounded by unblockable and you just die.
So what? So it's basically Rekka, and then the grenade explodes,
you charge it, and
it
keeps
stuck?
you on block stun, and boom, he tags you with it, and you're just like, so you eat like all the damage from the combo, plus the thing on block, plus this, awesome. And it's like 40 or 50 or 60% or something like that, and you don't get to play for any of it. And it's like, okay, cool.
That sounds cool.
It's amazing. I really hope he's on stream and gets to do some of it. It's going to be awesome. Zerg Killer, I want to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
This is probably a name that you guys may or may not be familiar with.
I am familiar with.
Okay.
You should be, yeah. Agonos Player.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Agonos main. Dude, this guy's ridiculous.
Wait, who was the Agonos Player that did well at KIT just recently?
Was it Cupcake?
Oh, I think it was Cupcake.
Yeah, I'll talk about him
okay,
next.
Okay.
But yeah, Zerg Killer, ridiculously talented Agonos Player. So good. Like, it's insane how good he is with Agonos. He just does stuff with that character that nobody knows about. It's crazy. And it's good that we have representation from that character in particular. Right. Because not everybody's playing him, and I think he's so good.
Like, he has that...
I think he's so good.
It's that same situation again where it's like the big, heavy character, he must not be good, you know?
Dude, I don't think that he's bottom... Like, a lot of people think he's really good. I don't think that he's bottom 3 for sure. Mm-hmm. Which is like... A lot of people would think I'm nuts, but I think he's good. Like, you guys need to look at this character. He's silly.
Well, I mean, speaking of... I mean, if you don't mind me interrupting just a little bit. Hang on one second.
Good call.
The tier list in this game generally is really, really well packed, isn't it?
It's nuts. I think deciding on the top 4 or top 3 or 4 is not too hard. Mm-hmm. But everything besides that is like so wildly different from person to person. Like we got a room of people in Combo Breaker. It was like 15 to 20 really good players. And we all were just like, all right, who's your top 5 and who do you think we're about? And we all had such wildly different opinions about the game that we're like, we can't even come to a consensus.
That's good.
Who would you say?
My top 4 easily is Fulgore. And then I think he's the best for sure. Everybody agrees pretty much that Fulgore is definitely the best character in the game. Okay. And then the next 3 I don't have in a particular order, but it's Jago, Conra, and Spinal. Okay. Is my top 4. Okay. And then I have like 4 characters tied for 5th. Which just tells you how hard it is to pick like a 5th character. Like it's super hard.
And honestly, even if you did have to pick a bottom like 1 or 2 characters, that's even really hard to do, right?
Yeah, I think the bottom 3 can be more difficult than the top 4. I think picking my top 4 is super easy. Bottom 3, I'm just like sitting there like, oh man.
And especially because, like you said, characters like Riptor and Omen, who U.S. doesn't think is really great. All of a sudden, Japan's like, "Oh, these 2 are like the best characters."
Who knows? We could be like the dumb gaijins, and then the Japanese over there are just like, "Duh, you guys don't know how good this character is."
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, and so it's really one of those where like the bottom 3 is like some people think Orchid's bottom 3. You know, the character I just told you about, the crazy unblockable, and like James was discussing earlier about how mad the character made him. That character some people think is bottom 3. She's ridiculous. She's so good. So I don't know. It's tough to pick a bottom 3. I don't think Agonos is in it though. Is the thing.
Yeah.
I think this character is the real deal. Every time I see him, I'm just like, oh, he big rock useless monster. Like he's just so silly. Like he's a good character for sure. And so Zerg Killer will be playing him.
Right.
He's actually one of the characters that I would be super interested in playing.
I mean, come on.
He's
you know
so
me.
fascinating.
You know me.
Anti-air flick is like the coolest thing in any fighting game. Like you jump as Maya, right? You throw an air dagger, flick.
Right, because it hits the dagger.
Then, so if flicks the projectile dagger, and then she's coming at your face, boink. You just flick her too, and it's like, how do I do anything to this character? It's like, I saw a match of Maya versus Agonos where both daggers were on the left side of the screen, and Agonos put a wall. So you could not go get the dagger.
Over, right?
Dude, it was over. And it was LCD versus Zerg Killer. And like the first game was like super dominant. It went back and forth. Zerg Killer won the set. And this is supposed to be like a super bad. I think the matchup is close to even. Maybe not even, but like Maya wins, but it's not by that much. It's like a 6-4. Because like he locked off the daggers and then he sat there and did like sweep. And he did like sweep. And then like LCD jumped and he flicked. And then he just
So the only thing that LCD could have did was get instinct, right? That was literally the only thing he could do.
So he didn't get his daggers back until he got instinct, and he got the daggers back, and he's like, dagger toss, and then Agonos is like half screen armored punch, boom, dead. And it's like, okay. And then like the next game, like Agonos gets knocked down and dies.
Right.
And like he just throws tons of daggers and there's nothing else. But then that game, he just locked them off, sat behind the wall, and was like, flick, flick, flick. It was dumb. And I'm like, I commentated it, and I was like, this is so brutal. I've never seen anything more brutal in a game in my life. You literally cannot go to your daggers because there's a wall there, and Agonos is sitting against the wall. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah.
And the only thing you can do... Yeah, okay.
So any other players?
CR Cupcake.
Right.
Critical Reactions, Cupcake.
Yeah.
Super that team has like 500 players. But
I know, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? But Cupcake is ridiculous. And he plays Saberwolf. He has one of the most interesting Saberwolves because the types of resets that he goes for and like throw bait stuff is very unusual compared to other Saberwolves. He has some really cool stuff. Right. And you'll notice it right away. He has a very distinctive style. Really good on the ground, but also amazing tech. And he also has one of the best Agonos.
Right.
So Cupcake plays Saberwolf, and then if you have a matchup where Saberwolf's maybe not the business, he switches to Agonos.
Okay.
And just slaps you a stand medium punch over and over until you die.
Yeah, actually, you just brought up something. One thing I do want to mention. This game is also what I found out playing against Steve. I don't know if it's just him or what, but the game is so throw heavy.
Oh yeah, for sure. I throw a lot.
Yeah, it's just constant throwing. Like it's, I haven't been thrown that much since like ST.
Probably not him.
Seriously.
No, people complain to me about it a lot. Why do you throw so much? I'll play Fulgore, who has a really fast dash. So I'll dash up, throw, dash up, throw. And then I dash up, neutral jump. And you're like, oh, and you miss throw tech, and then I hit you, and then I
Because throw tech is,
put you in a combo.
That's the interesting about it. It's really slow in this game, so it's very easy to play.
And the same kind of ways you can bait it are really good in Street Fighter 5 too. Which is really fun, because I play Street Fighter 5, I'll do like a jump in attack, and then take like a step back, and then just do like standing medium punch, and then they throw tech, and I just get this massive billion damage. And it's the same thing. So I'll just dash to you, neutral jump, you whiff throw. I'll do like fierce, something one chance break with Fulgore, throw a fireball, teleport 50-50. If that hits, then I do the same thing. And if it doesn't hit, I dash up to you. I'm either gonna throw or I'm gonna neutral jump, and your life sucks. And you just have to guess, and like it's no fun.
I remember. I remember.
It really sucks. Yeah, it's tough times.
Yeah, it's really interesting too, because Keats just said in the chat the throw break window is pretty big, but you're just so scared to do it.
Yeah.
Like I did not break any throws because I was so scared, and every time I did it, then he would neutral jump, and then I would die. So.
Yeah, that's what you do in KI. You're a jerk.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really fun. Trying to think off the top. I think I've only named like 12 or 13 players. I'm trying to think of like the other people in the bracket. There's so many talented players.
I will say one thing. So someone asked, is easy combos assist allowed?
Combo assist? I don't think it is.
Is it?
I don't think it's allowed at KI Cup.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
I think because it's pretty recent.
It's supposed to be like a season 3 feature or something like that, or
I don't even know if it's that.
Right?
Yeah, it is out. It is out.
I think they just said because it's so new, like. They just are not allowing it for that.
In fact, it was interesting at KIT, they forgot to turn it off on some of them.
Oh, and I heard Chris G had it on accident.
Yeah, Chris G had it on by accident, and it actually messed up his combos because he didn't know about it. But that's his fault.
Funny.
I mean, he didn't.
He doesn't know how to play KI, so he's just like, all right, let me just. He's so good at it too, which is really funny. Oh, I forgot both the Jago players. That's a good point. Jago Blake. And Thompson, who are both really good with Jago, which means we get to see some Jago action, which is awesome. I could say that both of them are really talented with Jago. They're both really good, solid players, and that character is good.
Oh yeah,
he is so good, and like people are finally coming around. It's been taking us preaching for a long time about how good the character is. When you see him do like fireball combos and gain this much life back, and then you're just like,
right?
Why does he get 3 instincts and like 3.5 life bars? It's so crazy. Yeah, he's really strong.
Yeah, some of the matches I remember watching at KAT, it was literally like some guy was down to this much life left, and then I like looked down and looked up, and then he had half his bar left.
There was a match where Jago Blake was on a pixel where like anything would have chipped him, and he got back to like 40% life because of instinct. That's pretty cool. And he almost earned another instinct that game just because of it. It was nuts.
That's cool.
I do have good news for Cinder fans, which is Swordsman, the guy who got second at SCR.
I saw that guy. Okay.
And 9th place at EVO this year. Those are his first 2 tournaments.
Oh, really?
9th place at EVO, followed by 2nd at SCR.
Oh, that's right. He was the guy who, the SCR was the first tournament he was ever, or?
No, 2nd, because EVO was first,
Evo, the guy with the
flyer, the
shoes.
flame
shoes, yeah.
Kid's like, he's like 16 or 17 or whatever. He will be at KI Cup. And he's going to try to get into the last chance qualifier.
Oh, so he hasn't qualified yet then.
Yeah, and he is also going to be playing a special match versus Sleep.
Oh, really?
Because he beat Sleep at SCR. So at least I think that's how
grudge
it
match?
Was it Base that beat Sleep or him? I don't remember, but they're having a match.
A grudge match, huh?
And yeah, it's interesting because 2 of Sleep's characters lose to Cinder, which is Arya and Conra.
Okay.
But Glacius beats Cinder. So I don't know if Sleep's going to try Glacius or if he's going to play Conra or Arya or what the deal is, but they have a first to 10 for all kinds of money at the Saucy Suite.
Really?
Yeah, all kinds of money. I think it's like $250 or $500.
Did you say the Saucy Suite?
The Saucy Suite. I don't think we've talked about that yet.
No.
So in Killer Instinct, we don't have a Salty Suite because everybody's happy, no matter what. Instead, we get incredibly, we drink a lot of refreshments.
You get sauced.
Yeah,
okay,
a lot of beverages happen at the Saucy Suite, no matter where you go.
I will say one thing, though. Like, the KI community has been so ridiculously welcoming. Like when they announced that I was going to do commentary over there, Like, everybody was like, that's awesome! Welcome! I'm glad you're in! Like, there wasn't anybody like, what do you know about the game, you scrub? Why are you here? You know? So I was actually really surprised. So shout outs to the KI community.
Great people.
Yeah.
Big fan of those guys. Especially since, like, the whole process for you doing commentary wasn't just like, maybe we should get James. Yeah, that's a good idea. Like, that's not what happened at all. Like, James was interested. Everybody else was...
I actually came up to you and Maximilian and a bunch of guys. I was like, I'm kind of interested in doing this. So, it was something I wanted to do.
And I talked to Rick and a bunch of other people, and they're like, look, you commentate with James. If it's cool, then we're down. And I was like, all right. So we practiced it, and I was like, that was great. James, that was great. It went really well. We sat on his couch and commentated like a whole top 8. To nobody, just the two of us.
I think that's great.
Yeah, and we practiced. We had great chemistry. The jokes were there.
That's good.
The chat that didn't exist loved us.
And
I was like, dude, it's great. You need to do that. So then everybody was like, all right, cool, let's do this. And James is gonna be there, and he'll do a great job.
Well, I hope so. I'll try not to disappoint anybody.
He'll do a great job.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. Yeah, for sure.
No, I think it's gonna go super well. I think people will be surprised at how much you know about the game.
I mean, because the interesting thing about it is, even in Season 1, there was, for some reason, as soon as I saw counter breakers and how the auto doubles worked with the slow reactable and the quick one, like, as soon as I saw counter breaker, like, the whole game clicked to me. Like, I was like, okay, I totally get how this works now. So then when I would watch commentary for it, a lot of times people wouldn't talk about the lockouts or talk about the fact that nobody was going for breakers because they're just like, I just don't even want to try. And so when you don't mention it, it used to just be a little exclamation mark that appeared above your head. So it's like when the commentators weren't saying anything, like, you don't quite get what the mind games were. And so, you know, that was one of the things that really made me want to commentate it. So at, like, the run back, I was like, I gotta try, you know?
When we were doing commentary, that was the big thing. I was like, man, James will talk about that, and that is so important. I was like, this is great. I was so happy that you mentioned it, because there's not that many KI commentators in general.
Right.
And so I'm like, we could use someone who knows how to commentate KI. Right. It would be amazing.
Dude, it was funny because I was watching the KIT finals here, just down, like, literally in this basement while I was eating dinner. I had it on mute, and I'm just, like, commentating. And I was getting hyped, too. I was, like, screaming in the middle, oh my god, he got knocked out, this is opportunity, awesome, here we go! And,
that's so cool to have a basement to do that in.
I know, right? If I do that in my room, like,
neighbors are hearing it.
My roommate would come in and be like, hey, what are you doing? You just come in here.
It's too funny. But no, I'm super excited. I'm super hyped for this because, I mean, the game, the more I've watched it, like I said, it's just, the game is really hype. It's really exciting. It's very fast. It's very energetic. So I just really like the pacing of the game.
It's great.
All right.
But
anything else?
Any more players that you want to mention?
Oh man, I know I'm gonna forget people, and people are gonna be mad at me. You have to let me live here.
Dude, some of the people that you mentioned were in the chat. They're like, "Don't mention me."
Dude, there's so many talented KI players.
Well, let me ask you. So obviously, we've got some great Japanese players like Domi and stuff like that. But obviously, that's also
Tomo-sama is really good.
Super expensive trip for them, right? Yeah. So do you think we're gonna see any of the Japanese?
As far as I know, there's no Japanese players.
Okay.
Which makes sense. But I do know a lot of them are interested in coming out to EVO again this year.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
There was a gang of them at EVO.
Yeah, I remember.
We even did a little exhibition where we did a character at auction tournament, which America didn't think this through because we were all just buying characters left and right. Like, oh yeah, like, well, so we bought a bunch of characters, and then the top 5 from that character auction tournament played against Japan in a 5v5. And it was like Rico on like Omen instead of like the character he wanted to Evo with. And like Grief, the Sadira player, is playing Conra because like nobody else wanted to buy him, and we're just like, alright, so best character. And then like Paul B was playing like Riptor instead of Saberwolf, and it was bad. But we played an exhibition and Japan won. The exhibition.
Nice. Good
it was
stuff.
super close. It was like 5-4. It was a really.
Was that streamed or anything?
It
like
was.
That?
I don't know if it's still. It probably exists somewhere, but it was really sick. And the Japan players are really good. And I hope that they come out in numbers to EVO because I think there was like 15 to 20 Japanese KI players last year, something like that.
Nice.
So I hope they bring like another 20 to 30,
That's
40
awesome.
people. Yeah.
I mean, someone asks if I'll keep commentating Killer Instinct after KI Cup.
I'll make you.
I mean, absolutely. If people will let me get on the mic, I will do it. But the thing is, I just don't want to be like, I'm James Chen. Move over, scrub. You know, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to anybody. So, So, you know, if I'm welcome, I will be more than
Instead, I'll be like, this is James Chen. Move over, scrub. And then you'll get
fair enough. So.
Yeah, Tokido, dude. If Tokido's next year's Evo champion, I'll be clapping.
That'd be awesome.
Dude, yeah, I'd be like, go Tokido.
What
he
game
won
has
Evo.
that guy not won? I swear. That
Street
guy
Fighter
is...
4.
He's...
Dang.
Oh.
He got second, but I mean...
Not good enough.
Yeah, he's just not talented enough to win Street Fighter 4.
I tell the story every time. I forgot which Evo it was, but I saw him walking around the hall. He had like 7 medals hanging around his neck.
Jeez.
And I just looked at him and he was like... And just like walked past me.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous how talented he is, and he hasn't won an Evo for Street Fighter 4.
pretty tough.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, man.
The people who have done it are all like ridiculous.
Oh, man.
Anything else about the tournament itself then?
I mean, Saucy Sweet's happening. It's an after-hours event.
Is that also on Maximilian_Dude?
I don't know if it's on what channel it's on. The people in the chat will tell us what channel it's on. But it's going to be hosted. There's going to be a bunch of exhibitions happening, I know, for all kinds of currency. There's going to be some generally not safe for work commentary happening. Not with me. I'll be chilling, saving my voice.
Like Saucy Sweet.
Yeah, but there's some gentlemen that'll be there who are a little raunchier than myself.
Okay.
And I'll be handling things, and the commentary should be entertaining. We'll get James Saucy and put him on there.
Dude,
it'll be great.
That's been a recipe for disaster.
So it'll be so it'll be on Shin Tristan's channel, which is twitch.tv/st_ultimate.
Got it.
Makes it look like an ST channel.
Right?
Yeah. I know.
That's where it'll be. So.
Okay.
It's Sunday night, right? Or Sunday or Saturday night?
Well, Sunday would be after the tournament.
It would be,
so.
yeah.
that's what a couple people just said that.
Okay.
Cool.
Sunday night.
I don't go back till late Monday, so
sounds
I get
good.
to
Yeah,
enjoy the Saucy Sweet. Yeah.
My flight on Monday mornings at 5 a.m. I think,
nice.
and I think I land at like 7 a.m.
And you're going straight to work?
I might come home and take a nap first, and then because I actually have time, I think, to come home and take a nap.
It is at Ultra Arcade, for the record. Ultra Arcade is hosting us for the event. So
really? So it's just taking place at Ultra Arcade,
which is like 5-10 minutes down the street from the venue.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
cool.
Ultra
Arcade, yeah.
Oh, the Saucy Sweet's at the arcade. Okay. But
which is like 5 to 10 minutes.
But the tournament is at a venue.
It's at a venue.
It's at the Holiday Plaza Inn, I think it is.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So it should be sick. The event should be awesome. If you've never seen Killer Instinct, tune in.
Yeah.
It's a really good spectator game.
I'll be watching. Yeah, I'm really interested.
KI Top 8 for the last 11 million majors has been so entertaining. I can't think of a major for KI Top 8 that was bad.
Right. And again, it's just because, like I said, the pacing is so fast.
Yeah,
it's so fast paced, and as a player, we mentioned that you don't ever have a chance to sit down and think. So when you understand that and you watch it, you also don't have a time to look away from the screen.
You really don't. You're just invested the whole time.
Like sometimes when you're watching certain games, as soon as a combo starts, you're like, okay, time to take a bite of my food.
I do that.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
But you can't do that. You can't do that with KI.
It's not possible. You don't have time.
That's cool. Okay.
Yeah. Game's great. It'll keep your attention.
Speaking of the game and attention, did you want to check out any matches?
We could. The one I was going to say is the most recent Grand Finals. KIT is a good place to start, I think. Because you get to see some Sleep there and Thompson, who will probably both be there. And you get to see some cool Arya plays, so that's probably a good place to start.
Right. Should I just jump on YouTube then?
Yeah, it's on Panda X Gaming's YouTube as far as I know. So
you want to take a quick break while we set that up?
Sure, no problem.
Come back and do that?
Okay, we'll be right back, guys.